Hello everyone, welcome to Visuals by Varsha. Today we will be learning copperplate calligraphy. Before starting, let me show you what we will be using. So first we are using this holder. It's an oblique holder, and inside this we have this nib. It's Nikoji nib. We will use ink, and this is copperplate calligraphy practice pad. Let me show you what's inside. So it has guidelines. It's 2:1:2. If you want to purchase this book, you can check description. Okay, so this is how you can practice. You can see I have practiced copperplate calligraphy in this workbook, so it is very useful to practice here. Now let's understand the guidelines. So this is the x height. The x, you can see this is the x height, and majority of lowercase letter fall here. Okay, and the line at the top, this is the A sender, 1A and 2A, and below we have D sender. Okay, if the x height is 8 mm, then the A sender and D sender is 16 mm, because we are using 2:1:2 here. Now we are doing the basic strokes for lowercase letter. For uppercase letter, we have different basic strokes. Okay, so the first one is hairline up. Here we are starting from the base line and we are going up without applying any pressure to the tip of the nib. This way we will get thin lines. Okay, we are moving in the upward direction and it's called hairline. So you can practice with me. Now the second one is called shade. So we have to start from the waistline and we have to apply pressure to make it a thick line. We have to apply consistent amount of pressure so we can get the line like this, a proper thick line. Not a line which is thick at the top and then thin at the bottom. We don't want such lines. So we have to apply consistent amount of pressure. It's called shade. Okay, and we move in the downward direction and apply pressure and get that thick line. The third stroke we are doing is underturn. We start from the baseline and we do a transition here. So we are moving in the upward direction. So first we make a thin line and then we are turning and we apply pressure and make it thick. Okay, let's do it one more time. One more time. Up, thin, turn, thick. Up, so thin, then turning, apply pressure, make it thick. Sometimes when your pen is running out of ink, you will get thick lines like this also. There's no need to worry about it. You can just dip your pen again in the ink and then come back and do it again. So it's called overturn, and the two lines you see here should be parallel. Okay, this is very important thing you should keep in mind while practicing. Also, the negative space you see here should be oval. Like you should be able to see oval here, because copperplate calligraphy is all about ovals. Next I am doing here is underturn. We are starting from the waistline. We are making a U shape, and you can see first I'm applying pressure and as I'm turning I'm releasing the pressure. So this is how we get underturn. In underturn also we have to keep that in mind, that the two lines should be parallel and the negative space should be oval, like we have seen in now the here overturn. You can see I have done overturn plus underturn. Okay, and we will combine this two and we will get the next basic stroke, which is called compound curve. Okay, if you find this difficult, I have a tip for you. Take a pencil, make this shape and then take your pen and trace over it. This way you will be able to get the proper shape. Here this three lines should be parallel and again the negative space should be oval. Okay, yes, these three lines I'm talking about, this should be parallel. Now, as I said, you should take a pencil, because if you are not getting proper shape, if you are getting shapes like this, it is completely wrong way of practicing. So if you are getting this kind of shape with your pen, then take a pencil and make the proper shape with it and then use your pen and press over it. Okay, so this way you will get a proper compound curve. Our sixth basic stroke is oval. So start from the center, start with a thin line, and when you're turning, pressure, release pressure, merge. Pressure, release pressure, merge. Okay, so after practicing for a while, I understood that we should start from the center to get a proper oval, because if we start from the top, it's little difficult to make those thin and thick lines properly. So you can start from the center Now the seventh one is ascending loop. So now we are moving out of this x height. Till now we have done all the basic strokes in the x height. Now this is a ascending loop, and you can see it is touching the ascender line. So we are starting from the waistline, we are going up, turn, pressure, and a thick line. Up, turn, pressure, and a thick line. So this is how we make the ascending loop. Now we have the last stroke, that is descending loop. If you want to understand this basic stroke in depth, then you can think of a clock. I will explain that some other day. Right now we are just doing the basic things here. So starting from the waistline and then moving down all the way to descending line, okay, and then turning and making it a descending loop. Okay, so first we have to apply pressure, release pressure, turn and make a loop. Pressure, release pressure and make a turn. Okay, it is very important to release pressure at the correct time, because here you can see I'm applying pressure all the way down and then we are turning, so we are getting a pointed ending, and that is a wrong way of practicing. Okay, you should release pressure here at this point and then make a thin line. The two descending loop that I have done are the wrong way of doing descending loop. So this is all about the basic strokes of copper plate calligraphy for lowercase letter. Yes, for uppercase letter we have different basic strokes. So let's quickly see what we have learned. The first basic stroke is hairline. So we start from the base line here and we move in the upward direction without applying any pressure on the tip, and this is how we get a thin line. The second one is shade. We start from the waistline, apply pressure and get a thick line. Third is overturn. We have to see the line should be parallel. Fourth is underturn. Here again line should be parallel and negative space should be oval. Fifth one is compound curve. It's a combination of overturn and underturn. To practice this, you can use a pencil and press over it. Sixth one is oval. To get better at oval, you can make some ovals like this, and this will develop muscle memory and it will really help you to get better at it. The seventh is ascending loop and the eighth one is descending loop. That's all about today. If you like this video, if you learned something, then don't forget to subscribe, like this video and drop a comment. I will be making a new video soon, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.